Okay. It's time for our walk around for Whiskey Kitchen. And here she is. Hey, Gina.
Hi.
It's great to see you.
And Harry.
And Harry. Hello, Harry. Yes. So it's looking great.
Day by day.
Do you want to show us around? Okay.
Okay, so the idea is it's another open air project because that's huge these days for everybody.
So that's going to remain open at night, or?
It will close at 7, this particular curtain, because we're part of this whole Ferreteria area, but that's why I created the terraza, because that is open all the time.
That is beautiful. I'm sure we're going to get a look too.
Super fun. We made all these tables all these bars are my design, and I had friends that really helped me to create them. I was very specific about parota.
This is parota, and then it's all
Galvanized siding.
galvanized siding.
Super Nashville Southern style.
I love it.
Yes, and I was able to spend a little bit more money here. All the tables haven't arrived, and I'm still in the process of all kinds of things. But I'm really happy with how it feels and looks, and I'm super excited.
And you built an office space on top.
Yes, I've never had an office here in Mexico, so I finally have an office.
You have an office. You have a little window.
Yep, a little window. And Harry.
And Harry, that is supervising everything. And then look at this. It's a huge. This is a sit-down bar?
Sit-down bar. So there'll be bar stools all along here. Jim Beam is actually helping me, and they are going to give us some product for our parties, which we're going to talk about with you.
Oh, fantastic. You mean Jim Beam as in this Jim Beam?
Yep. So we're working on a logo here. And they are sponsoring me as a chef for Mexico as well.
Oh, my goodness.
So that'll be fun.
You're fabulous.
That'll be fun.
And look at this huge kitchen.
Yeah, so compared to the other location, which is staying open, by the way, because we love it.
Hola.
We have, it's Luisa.
Hola, Luisa.
We have a lot more room here, and I believe we have a lot more room for growth.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And then you have a patio.
Yes.
Let's go have a look. I love all the light fixtures that you've installed. I'm sure they're going to look great at night. You made these?
We made them because we saw online they were like, I don't know, 4,000 pesos, 5,000. Like, we have a little budget, so I had a lot of friends that helped me to create all of these things.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, super fun.
And check out the space back here.
Yeah, so right now I don't have it loaded with tables. I wanted more of a comfortable space because what I've seen in Versalles, and this is your area. What I've seen here is that it's a real neighborhood. Like I can go from here and I can get to-go bags, and I can get vegetables that I need, and I can you met my t-shirt guys.
Yeah.
Like I can get all those things very quickly and easily, and it's a real community.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you think we can sit down for a little while and have a conversation?
Yes.
Okay, let me get my other camera ready.
Okay.
This is the end of our little walk around, but we'll come back.
Small but mighty.
Yeah, in a second. We'll be back. Yay! I have been wanting for this moment to happen, and I mean the interview, but I also have been just itching to see this project open. How is it going?
On my side, it's great. I'm worried about the CFE. I'm having a few issues. I had to rewire the whole place, but I'm super excited about the project. So we're really far along. If I got the CFE approval tomorrow, I could open and be ready to go. I'm ready. I'm just waiting on the electricity.
For those people that don't know, CFE is the company that gives us electricity here in the city. But before we dive in, take me back to Mexico City, because this is what I know, because based on what you told me.
Okay.
You have or had a restaurant in Condesa in Mexico City, and somehow you came to Puerto Vallarta, you hooked up with the right people, and boom, Whiskey Kitchen happened.
Yes.
Tell me, fill in some blanks for me.
So it's a little crazy, but I always sort of do things a little different than most people. But I still have the restaurant in Mexico City. It's still in La Condesa. It's still open. I have an amazing manager there named Sandra who runs it, and a partner named Alan who helps over there as well. And it's still doing super well, and I'm very excited. It's more, there's no liquor license. So it's more of a fried chicken place. It's more sort of ready for replication almost. Lower end. and all of that. But during COVID in Mexico City, so one, I didn't love Mexico City. I appreciate it, and it's an amazing city, but it wasn't my
It's
place.
not for everyone, yeah.
Yeah. 26 million people, I think.
Give and
so
take.
I'm not a big city girl. So I really worked hard there during COVID. It was tremendously stressful because in the States, if you close a restaurant, you have support of the government to help with the employees. Here, there was no way I was closing because they don't eat. So never closed a day during COVID, kept it open, worked really closely with the team to make sure, but at the end of it, I think we all may have changed some of our ideas about what we want to do and where we want to be, and mine was I don't want to be in Mexico City anymore. So then I was like, I will post on some groups throughout Mexico with beaches. I'm a beach person.
Okay.
And see if anybody answers and says they have a space, because a lot of people struggled during COVID with their business models. And my business model was solid. I kept it open and I knew I could do that. So I said, okay, I have this concept. Does anybody have a space? And through Trisha's site, everything you have and want and need to know about Puerto Vallarta,
yeah.
Brian and Roger answered.
Brian and Roger, who also own
161 and Anonimo.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, had you been to Puerto Vallarta before?
3 times. I had a wine business that didn't make it through COVID for a lot of reasons. And I went to Vidanta and sold wine to them. I went to some of the other upscale places to sell my wine imports and that kind of thing. But I'd never spent time in Old Town. Like, I didn't know. I think I went to like the fancy French restaurant. What's it called?
Lay something.
Yeah, that one. Like, I went there and it was beautiful and fancy, but I'd been there only 3 times. And I liked it because there was an ocean. Anywhere there's an ocean, I was like, yeah, let's do that. Old Town, for me, when I came back and I actually spent a little bit of time, people were so nice. My struggle in Mexico City, I do speak Spanish. It's not amazing.
It's very good. I've heard
I call
it.
it Spanglish.
You give good Spanish.
Right? I really try, and it matters.
She gives
to me.
good Spanish.
It matters. But Mexico City, they just never really embraced me for whatever reason. You know, it wasn't for lack of me trying, or I just never found community. But when I got here, it was immediate. People were open, and they got me. I think they sort of understood what I was trying to do, and I also who I was, even, like, you know, on a basic level. I think it was like a very open, lovely. Everybody I met was really kind, and feedback. You know, I'm always open to feedback, and I try and I don't know. I just felt a part of the community in 2 weeks. It was amazing.
And that's how Whiskey Kitchen came about.
Yeah.
And you know, we could talk about your success with Whiskey Kitchen for hours, but it's how did you do it? I mean, how did you become? See, there are so many restaurants in town that open and they just don't get it. I mean, I'm not asking you to tell us all your secrets, but how is it that you've clicked so well?
I don't know, but I'm super grateful. I don't know, maybe that's it. Maybe because I'm grateful for every little thing that comes my way. Maybe that's the secret. I treat my people well. Like, my credo, I follow a lot of Danny Meyer philosophy, and my actual, not focus, but I make sure that my team is taken care of first, and then they take care of everything else that comes after that. So they know they're valued. My pay rate's probably a little more than other people. I try and keep their hours to a decent amount of hours, and I think from that, they get it, and then even if I'm not in the building, they also take care of people like I take care of people. I mean, maybe that's part of it.
Well, I think another important part of it is just the type of cuisine that you chose to focus on, which is all the Southern comfort food, which brings me to my next question. Where did it come from?
So, I grew up in South Carolina.
Okay.
I lived 20 plus years in Nashville. The recipe of fried chicken is my grandmother's, and her macaroni and cheese, that's my grandmother's. Corley, you'll see her on the menu, and she's going to hang here. I'm working on her portrait right now. Her food and how I grew up, and also Southern hospitality. But see, there's this thing about Mexicans and Southerners. They do the same. They feed people, they love on people, and they welcome people. And there's this weird, really beautiful collaboration of cultures between the South and Mexico. We're actually trying to think of a hashtag that expresses that. Like if your people want to come up with something that we, for our hashtag, it's about unifying Mexico and Southern comfort food and Southerners and all of that, like hospitality, pure hospitality is so Mexican to me.
And just to clarify, when Gina says your people, she means the cluster, because I know that Gina has been very grateful of the fact that we've been talking about the restaurant and we've been sending you some friends.
Yes.
Let's fast forward. How did this particular space come about?
So this is super funny. So the first friend that I made in Puerto Vallarta was my t-shirt friend, Abraham, who's a designer and he does all these amazing things. I texted 5 t-shirt companies, one person answered. My t-shirts were ready on time and I went to pick them up and I was like super stressed and I was running around and he was like, hey, you're in Puerto Vallarta. You need to take a breath. You need to calm down. You're in a different place. You need to understand who we are, right? And it was sort of this, who is this person? But he was my first friend that I made here. And so from there, one day I was walking here because we had somebody break in Whiskey Kitchen, and behind me is the ferreteria where they have the spice. So we were walking through here and this place was for rent. And I was like, this could be the next location. There are no accidents, I think. There are no accidents. So he introduced me to the family, who's a very old Puerto Vallarta family here. And they've been awesome to work with. Like, I'm borrowing their electricity to do the construction.
Wow.
That kind of thing.
Now, you told me at some point, we had a conversation about the fact that the other place remains open. It remains under the name of the owners. What is it, Brian and
Roger? They're a minority partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is you.
This is me. They are not part of that, but I have another investor here.
Okay.
Right? Who's awesome. Another silent investor. And he's super excited. He's a restaurateur from the U.S. And he lives part of the year in Puerto Vallarta and part of the year there. And he came in as a guest. And he was like, how did you end up here? What are you doing here? I really like the way you work. Let's try and see if we can find something that we could do together. So over the process, I was looking for a new location, and this one came about, and the puzzle pieces fell into place quickly. I always say my superpower is persistence, but I think I've learned that sometimes persistence is, sometimes you kind of need to go, that road's not the right road. This one makes more sense. Right.
At some point you mentioned that you would have a stage or a space for live music. Is that still going to happen? Over there.
Over there.
Coolness.
And we have a church here, so we want to be really respectful. So I think I'll probably do exactly the same style of music because it's Nashville style, more acoustic, not bands here. But I believe I will have the ability to do bands and events. And also in 6 months, I have the ability to grow this way based on how they're organizing this land that they own as a family. But that's for the future. Let me get this thing open and running well and people happy and having a good time, and then we'll see.
I love the fact that you've sourced a lot of things either from local businesses or from nearby businesses, such as these beautiful menu covers. Tell me about this. Actually, first
You want to see it? Yeah.
Ta-da! Here's the menu cover.
Yay!
It is beautiful.
It's awesome. So the ferreteria right behind us.
The hardware store,
They have a laser printer that can do all of this, and then the designer came from my designer friends right down the street at La Playeras Vallarta.
The t-shirt place, yes.
And we've done all kinds of little things that I had time to do this go round that I didn't have time to do there.
That is wonderful.
And we'll be updating there once we get this place open. So you'll see little sweet improvements over there as well.
Okay, now you've hit on the important thing, the opening date.
Oh wow.
Do we know it yet?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. First time hearing this.
But this is as long as CFE and we get everything organized and the government's happy with me and I'm happy with all the things. So my birthday is April Fool's Day. So that is the real sort of event, fiesta, grand opening here. It will be April Fool's Day, which is my birthday.
Which is April. What's the date?
April 1st.
April 1st. I'm Mexican. We don't have April Fool's Day. We
That's
have the
right.
other,
You have the other
we
one.
have Dia de los Inocentes
You have
on
the
December
other one.
28th. Okay, so if all goes well,
Friday.
Cluster Friends,
It's on a Friday.
Friday, April 1st. Oh my God! Pictures and more pictures.
It'll be fun.
Of sangria.
And I'm super excited because I didn't do a grand opening over there either. So this will be fun. But we want to do an event with just your people as well.
Oh, we'll talk about that
Okay.
when we're done with the interview. But I am just super excited for you and with you. It's been a pleasure to enjoy your cuisine and for me to know that I can see this thing. I can see
Oh, you can see
from my balcony. Yes.
Oh, I knew you were close, but I
it
didn't
is
know you were that close.
literally around the corner. Like they'll have to roll me back home.
Okay.
I am so super excited.
Stumbling distance. Hashtag stumbling distance.
Stumbling distance. I love it. Well, there you have it, Cluster Friends. There you have it, Coffee and Headlines. Whiskey Kitchen is finally coming to our side of town. I am
And I
super
love
psyched.
Versalles. I love Versalles. I love Versalles.
More and more people are loving Versalles,
Yes.
but that's okay. Menu-wise, are there any new things we can look forward to?
We are opening exactly with the same menu because I have people training over there to come here. But we will be morphing and adding and taking away things as we progress.
Anything that I've forgotten to bring up?
No, I'm just super. I appreciate every single person that supports us, and especially you. Every single person.
Well, it's been
amazing.
It's been a pleasure, Gina. It is so great to be here, and we finally did this. We've been talking about it for a while.
Yes.
So let's say goodbye to the camera, and let's talk a little bit about maybe doing something special for Coffee and Headlines.
Yes.
Yay! Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.